Namaste from Nepal. This is Shreedeep Rayamajhi from Nepal. And thank you for giving me this opportunity, Delma. It has been around 20 years that I've started engaging in the internet community, and I've got a lot of opportunities to travel to different countries from Asia to Africa to North America. It has been a pleasure meeting new group of peoples, meeting new group of communities, learning, sharing, and it is more like that is very important aspect of who you are, and what you become personally and professionally. I've grown very well, meeting and learning, and I think it is this part of meeting people and learning and communicating that I've grown personally and professionally, and I'm so easy to communicate to, and that is where what I have adapted among different groups of people in adapting their culture, in adapting their learnings. Recently I was traveling in Canada. I think it was back then in 2018, 18 or 19, I think. Then I was there for the NASIG, that is North American School of Internet Governance, where I was a participant as speaker. So in one of the sessions, one of the speaker was there. I exactly forgot her name. She was from a remote province in Canada, and I kind of like completed the program, and I was there in the lobby, and she came. She was there waiting there, and I was inquiring about the taxi for the airport, and she kind of like heard me, and she was like very comfortable in talking with me, and offering me the pizza that she had. And I also felt very humbled that she gave me that pizza, and we kind of like connected. We talked about our culture. We and she gave me a lift to the airport because she had certain time, and she was already had booked the cab. These kind of stories, and during the whole time we talked about the political situation of Nepal, the political situation of her province that was remotely located in Canada, and it was like quite interesting to know more about the culture. And it is so magical that at times of need, when people are there, when people connect, and when people have the same values, that is very important. And another story that I would like to share is during the earthquake in Nepal. We had a lot of crisis situation out here. As you know, I have been very active and vocal about issues. So I was very active about the current then situation in Nepal, and I was quite writing about how food was not reaching the victims in remote locations and things like that. And then we kind of like started our own relief operation. We were connecting people in internet, and some of my friends in Spain, they offered us help. And there was Eva Bustos who kind of like helped me. They were sending food, they were sending necessities, resources. And there was Suzanne Powell, who is a global leader. She also contacted me, and she supported me. And it is so magical. It is so magical when people connect with the cultural values. And it is very important that every time you go and meet new people from different region, it is so different that the values that they bring in, the culture that they bring in. And you kind of like learn how this internet is a global community, and how we should have that tolerance level about understanding, listening to people, and accepting each other. Because there is this big gap, when you are limited in Asia, and when you talk about Africa, or when you talk about Latin, those cultures are completely different. As I went to Brazil, I was very happy with the culture, the food culture. That was so important, because here we also believe in food culture. We don't leave our food plates empty. We just give our love comes with the food. So that is what where that connected me. And when I went to Puerto Rico, the enjoyment, the whole aspect of enjoyment was with the whole community coming in, dancing, enjoying the drinks. The whole scenario was completely different. And it is quite amazing, amazing when I went to UK. The whole culture there, the clubbing culture is quite different. And you learn so much about the people, their state of mind, their behaviors within the different aspect. And technology has made it so comfortable for us these days to talk to all these people, and learn that different cultures have different values have different norms. And those are what progressively affects us in our leadership qualities, in our communication, in our other daily activities, skills. And I think it is very important for every one of us to know and learn and to meet different people. And these internet community events that are happening helps us to understand the whole global concept of the multi-stakeholder approach, where it is not just about one culture or one country. It is about the whole community, as internet itself is the it is all our property. And we all have to contribute. And that is how that is why it is very important for every one of us to collaborate, to learn from each other, to learn from our cultures. And when we meet people, to show the warmth, and to show and share the skills that we have. That is very, very important. Thank you, Delma, for giving me this opportunity. And namaste. That's how we greet in Nepali. And we love food. We love to enjoy. We have momos out here that are quite famous in the whole world. Momos means dumplings. Ravioli, those are with meat. And that is what is very important. And thank you.